What's up, guys? Iceman here. So I'm yet to look at the Necromancer changes, and this might be one of the most exciting things that I have to look forward to for the 2.4 patch for D2R. Because as many of you know, I've been playing Necromancer quite consistently on Project Diablo 2, for example. Just because they really buffed the summons, and your mages are worth a damn. And apparently, that's where they're heading with D2R. They're going to try to bring some of those useless-ass skills up to par, apparently. So let's take a look-see, and let's see what they're doing with the Necromancer. I know that, like, I already looked over the Trap Assassin, the Droid, the Amazon, the Barbarian, so I have left the Necromancer, and the Sorceress, actually. I haven't looked at the Sorceress yet. Holy shit. So hopefully... There it is. Yeah, I know word had it that they were going to buff mages. So let's see how that pans out. Because mages basically suck ass. Very low HP and all that. Horrible damage. So right off the bat, Skeletal Mage. Percentage HP per level increased from 7 to 10%. So hopefully a decent increase. Poison total damage scale increased by about 750%. Wow. Holy shit. That's a massive increase. I'm hoping that they buffed warriors as well. Because warrior damage is just low. They need to have a bit more survivability, I think. But alright, so it's a massive fucking increase. About 7 times the damage. Let's do the cold. Poison must just plain suck ass, because apparently now the cold damage scaling is increased by about 50%. Scaling increased by 50%. Does that mean at max we should expect about 50% more damage, or what are we supposed to anticipate from that? Lightning damage scaling increased by about 5%. So I think there's a difference from scaling, right? And just overall enhancement of your max damage after you max out all this shit. I think is what that means. What about Fire Mage? Are they really not changing anything with Fire Mage? Alright, I mean, I'm curious to see how it plays out, but yeah, okay, so a little bit more damage here and there, more HP, that's good. They might be taking small steps. Another thing that I noticed, I was watching Dabrunski's video, and I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but just over reviewing these patch notes, and someone in the comments pointed out how I didn't really think of this because I'm so used to having D2R or PD2 where you can summon all the druid's minions at once. But where shit stands in D2 LOD or D2R rather, to my understanding, you can't have your wolves out and your bear out. It's bullshit. You know, why the fuck can't we have all of our minions out? The Necromancer can have like 20 minions, 30 minions out at once. Whereas the droid, you can't even have your fucking wolves out with your bear? So, hopefully that's going to be addressed before this is finalized. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with me on that. Because why the fuck wouldn't you want to be able to have out your wolves and your bear? You just feel alone out there, man. If you just have a couple wolves and you can't have your bear out, it's bullshit. So hopefully they'll do that. Blood Golem. Now gains max life per level. Okay, apparently his HP sucked ass. His damage did too, but damage scaling per level has been increased. Okay, they're not telling us the details, but yeah, whatever. They're working on it. You know, good things, right? They're working on this shit. Thorns no longer return a percentage of damage when hit. Now thorns will deal a flat amount of damage when the aura affected attacks our targets are attacked. So they're kind of doing what PD2 did with Thorns. They're having a base... They're probably worried about... I mean, maybe they're going to enhance endgame stuff. I don't know. I mean, because that's kind of what this would indicate. If you're going to really raise the bar for endgame shit, endgame content, these whole percentage reflect things, they could really be overpowered if they're not controlled. So I feel like that's why PD2 did it, but it's interesting to see how that's what they're kind of up to in D2R right now. Fire Golem. Now, Fire Golem... I mean, I love the looks of Fire Golem. He looks badass, but he's a pussy. And that part kind of sucks. I love the idea of his fire aura that just has the radius. He's just constantly damaging enemies around him just because he's so fucking hot. You know, I love the idea behind Fire Golem, and I think he looks the coolest. So, I'm hoping that they make him decent. And Holy Fire level bonus per level increased from 1 to 2. Okay, so it's a step in the right direction. Now, I wonder... I mean, if this is all they're doing with the golems, it's not much, right? I wonder if they'll let us have all the golems out at once. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. But, I mean, they gotta buff their ass a little bit more. You know, the fire golem is damage sucks ass. Clay golem, the damage sucks ass. All their damage sucks ass. So, basically... we need more than just this, but I mean, like I said, it's a start. You know, it's a good place to start. I'm glad to see the mages are receiving a little bit of attention, but it's not much, man. I'm kind of surprised. I thought we were going to see some major perks into some necro, and the same with the droid. But whatever, it's a step in the right fucking direction, right? Poison and bone damage absorbed per level increased from 10 to 15. Oh, yeah. Maybe bone armor will be used a little bit more now. I don't know. Teeth synergy increased from 78. Yeah, basically all these skills suck ass. Your bone spear, your bone spirit. You see like a poison nova necro if you have godly as fuck gear that can like run player 1 okay. That's about it. There's some niche builds with bone spear, bone spirit for PvP. But outside of that PvM... I feel like endgame Bone Spirit just has never been very impressive. But nonetheless, I mean, it's still viable. But yeah, so they're increasing the synergy from 7 to 8%. So we'll see what that does endgame. 6 to 8% for Bone Spirit. Bone Spirit's getting a little bit more attention here, so that's kind of nice. Curses. What the fuck? Wow. This is something that Baza and I... we did a stream. It should be posted at this point. We did 2. I really fucked up the audio on the first one, and Baz was talking for like 40 fucking minutes. I feel like a dick, alright? It was the first time I collaborated and recorded audio, but I mean, I'll still probably post it. Audio's fucked up. I brought up the levels, but you can just hear I sound like a fucking pig. Just drinking and breathing heavy. Sound like I haven't worked out in fucking years. It's you know, it's distracting. It's really unfortunate. Baz was on a fucking roll. But, I don't know. That's kind of how it went. But in the second one that we made, I got the audio a little better. And he was bringing up Weekend. This is interesting how he was bringing up something how... it's like a 1 point wonder, as many of the other skills. At level 1, it pierces... it reduces the damage by 33%, and at level 20, it's the same thing. So what are they doing here? Damage reduction now scales based on level. From just 33%... to now 33% and 1% per level. Hell yeah! I mean, that's really exactly what he was going on about. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean, I guess they shouldn't just hire Ice Boy to make some executive as fuck decisions here. They should hire Boz as well. Hell yeah. Decrepify. Tooltip updated to now show the status changes. Okay, now we got the Paladin, and what the hell, maybe I'll go over a couple more. It's just, like, I really want to see what they did. The fucking mercenaries. I almost don't give a shit what they did with this one. I usually don't play the Paladin. They gotta let us put the auras on the left click. Alright, let us only have one aura active at a time. So if we have it on the left click, you can't put it on the right click, just like how it works right now. You gotta have the auras on the left click, because then we can hold the right click with an attack, with Zeal for example, and he'll auto attack. Go from one pack to another pack, like we can with Frenzy. The Frenzy Barbarian, you have the Frenzy on the right click, you hold that shit, auto attack. Then you don't gotta click on every fucking enemy. Then you don't gotta wear the shit out of the clicker on the mouse. So if they did that, I'd play the Paladin more. I remember back in the day, it was one of the more enjoyable times just working on my Zealer Paladin. This was like not too long after Runewords were released, right? This is like 15 fucking years ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. But I just, it was great. I remember I had a Zealer with grief and fanaticism, all that shit. Wanted a nice COA, just nice and thick Paladin. But the problem was, it just becomes kind of tedious, because the Barbarian, you can just hold the right click and the auto-attack shit. You know, it's fucking bullshit. You know, it's little details like that that I hope they can address. I mean, let me know if you guys understand where I'm coming from with that. I think it's fucking bullshit we can't do that. And it would really, it would be a quality of life change, as crazy as it sounds. Something so simplistic like that. Just let us put the fucking auras on the left click. Alright? Give me a hell yeah if you dogs are with me on that. And of course, if you disagree with that in this scenario, in my opinion, your opinion is bullshit. But yeah, never mind. I mean, I'm fucking serious about that. Alright? Let us put them goddamn rollers on the left click. So here's what they did. Tooltip now displays passive attack rating bonus for blessed and holy fire. Your damage off skills. It will now deal a range from 100% damage to 200% based on the furthest distance of the closest distance to the caster. Oh wow! So that's interesting. So they're thinking through this shit. You know, if that's quite a drastic change for a holy fire. Hell yeah! I'm guessing the closer they are, the more damage it does to them, right? Damage level scaling increased by about 90%. Holy shit. Resist fires. Okay, so this is good news, because I was just complaining kind of about how the fire golem, there was barely anything done to him. But here's the thing. If they're changing holy fire, like look at how holy fire operates now. This is going to directly translate into how the fire golem functions, and it's holy fire, right? So the fire golem is going to have an enhanced holy fire. This is going to be great. This is very applicable, I suppose, toward Iceman's interests, because I want to have a fire golem on my Necromancer, and holy fire is kind of key for that. So the massive increase in scaling, resist fire synergy increased from 18% to 24%. Salvation synergy increased from 6% to 10%. I didn't even know it had synergies. Just a couple other things. Holy freeze, 100 to 200%. Same thing with the closer they are, I assume, the more it damages them. Same thing with holy shock. So they're buffing those. Yep, and they're doing the same thing with thorns, where it's gonna have a set amount of damage, flat damage. This one was interesting. Sanctuary. I mean, how it knocks back enemies, it's fucking overpowered in some instances, but I love it how it is. I think it's epic. Area damage now scales based on the distance of the enemy to the caster. It will now deal a range from 100% to 200%. Okay, so same shit. Does Sanctuary still knock back undead like Cray Cray? They for real nerf the damage for Thakwafaith? That's interesting. It kind of sucked ass always, but maybe they're doing something else with it. Maximum conversion chance increased from 50%. So maybe someone will actually use this fucking skill. I don't know. Right? Maybe someone will actually use this skill now. Always hit still. Okay, nothing changed with Smite. Probably good news for a lot of cheap Uber characters. Remove synergy from Blessed Hammer, damage increased by 50%. Now pierces targets. Yeah, just like PD2. Prayer synergy increased from 15 to 20%. Fist of the Heavens, casting delay reduced from 1 to a little less than half a second. Did they buff this shit? Casting delay will no longer share its cooldown with other... Yeah, that's good. They're doing that with a lot of skills, where you cast your fucking skill and it has to cool down, and for whatever reason, so does your other skill on your other click that has to cool down as well, without even using that shit. Tooltip updated to now display casting delay. Holy bolts now pierce targets. No longer forces you to attack when out of mana. Oh, that's great. Improved target functionality for auto-acquiring enemies. Okay, is there any buff in the damage? Is there no buff in the damage? It's just gonna suck ass, isn't it? And of course, it only affects undead, the bolts, and then the one lightning thing that comes down is the only thing that can that can hurt any other type of enemy outside of undead. So I wonder, maybe it's overpowered. What they did in PD2 is they made all the bolts just do magic damage is what they did. But, I mean, where it stands, I believe they do holy damage. Alright, whatever. I mean, I'm curious to see how this shit plays out. Sorceress. Damage level scale increased by about 25%. So Frost Nova, yeah. Frost Nova Sorcs were just huge in PD2 and Path of Diablo. They were huge. Folks loved the fucking Frost Nova Sorc. I didn't really care much for it. I tried it. I know it was very powerful. I just didn't like the playstyle. I didn't like just teleporting around and just blowing up constantly. Even though it was very effective and it's great for farming. But yeah, so at least they're giving it some attention. I mean, many would argue that they were quite overpowered during certain seasons in PD2 and or Path of Diablo. So it's a small increase, right? I mean, it's probably quite large, actually, but it's probably still not going to be anywhere close to how they were in PD2, which is fine, as far as I see it. They were fucking powerful. Everyone was running a Frost Nova Sword. Casting delay no longer shows cooldown with our skills that have casting delays. Hell yeah, they're not changing shit to that. They're not changing shit to this. Okay. I feel like some would argue that Frozen Orb needs just a little bit of a buff. It used to be really good in 1.09 or whatever that was. But then now it's just Blizzard Sorcs all the way, basically. Even though there is some use for Frozen Orb, but it seems like Blizzard, you know, it probably needs a little bit of a push of Frozen Orb. Okay, that's convenient, yes. I don't like constantly recasting that shit. Yep, 144 seconds. Chilling armor damage, scaling increased by about 200%. Interesting. So they did some stuff with chilling armor. Alright, did some stuff with chilling armor. Oh shit, lightning skills. Hell yeah. So Nova might actually be worth a damn. I mean, it's not much, but maybe we'll see a Nova Sorc. I don't know. Nova Sorcs are a big thing in PD2 as well, because they actually gave Nova a bunch of synergies, and it was very powerful. Thunderstorm, I would love for this to receive a buff. I love the functionality of this. I like having some automation to my characters. That's why I like the Necromancer as of recently. Just the summon Necro, you can just chill and let your minions do the damage. But to a lesser extent with Thunderstorm, I'd like having some automated damage skills. Where if you're just hanging out, you want to go to the other screen, watch a video. If a little devilkin comes up to you, you know, you got a powerful as fuck character. Just make the thing die, man. And Thunderstorm's one way to do it, you know. Just kind of take care of some of the trash enemies like that. I just like that. So they're increasing the synergy. Hell yes. Desperately needed this. It desperately needed an increase in duration. And hopefully per level. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, that's massive. 8 to 24 seconds now. Per level. Hell yeah, that shit's gonna be lasting like 20 fucking minutes. If you max that shit out. Probably not quite, but god, yeah, that's absolute hog. Good move, yeah, that's a great move. And this might be adequate. I don't know. If you're already maxing mastery, this might be adequate. You don't want this shit to be overpowered. Right, you gotta find that healthy blend. Like in PD2, it casts a Nova now when it hits an enemy, which I think is pretty epic. But you gotta be careful when you're doing it. When you're getting just so many of your skills just doing AoE, even though maybe melee needs splash damage. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. But similarly, if you go too far with that, with just everything doing AoE, everything wiping out the whole fucking screen, doesn't it kind of eventually turn into what maybe Path of Exile is like? Because doesn't Path of Exile, like the end game, not to knock on the game's probably fucking awesome. But I know there are some complaints in the community that the end game needs to be brought back just a little bit, where your characters just run around just blowing up the entire fucking screen. And just everything just kind of blends together. But like D3, how D3 was in game. But all I'm saying is, you got to be a little careful when you're just giving everything fucking AoE. And that's the thing, is with Thunderstorm, they're not doing it here. They're giving it a little bit more damage, and they're giving it the much-needed increased duration time. So that'll be great, because then you might as well use it. You know, even if you're not maxing it, even if you're not even a light sword. I wonder if it's base points that it needs. It doesn't. It's probably not base points. You probably don't need hard points to increase the duration. So just all your plus skill gear will just add to it more. So you might as well put 1 point into it if you have some points to spare, and then 1 into lightning master, even if you're a cold sword. And then you'll have a little bit of, just a little bit of help elsewhere. I like to mix around like that and just have, you know, some obscure hybrids and shit like that. Inferno sucks ass. Are they doing anything with it? Yeah, increase the depth. You might as well increase that shit to 500% and it still won't be used, would it? It'll be nice to use while you're leveling, maybe. Blaze. Damage skill increased by about 60%. Also increases run walk speed? No way. Yeah, they're... that's another thing that PD2 did. There's probably quite a case to be made that some of these Microsoft or Vicarious Visions devs here that are behind this D2R thing, they might be paying attention to the modding community, because this is something directly out of that. I mean, it's a great idea. You know, how could you not implement that? And like I said, dog, if you can't beat them, join them when it comes to this shit. But not only join them, try to improve it a little bit. Try to innovate in shit after joining. You know, after taking the idea, try to innovate in shit. So hopefully we'll see that with D2R. Some further innovations or whatever. Meteor. So Meteor's, you know, it's okay. Oh god, what'd they do to this? Casting layer remove. I love Hydra, but it just sucks ass. It's just such a piece of shit in Classic. Oh, hell yeah. Max number of Hydra groups to 6. Wait, limited max number? Oh, fuck, that's not a good thing, is it? Fireball synergy. Fireball synergy. Oh, fuck, it's still not shooting fireballs. God damn. In PD2, they shoot fireballs. In Pod, they shoot fireballs. This doesn't seem like enough. They need to buff the shit out of this, because Hydra is such an awesome skill, like, on paper, or just in theory. I love the idea of having... They look awesome. You know, Hydras are great, especially in D2R. They actually look good. They did the Hydras right. But, yeah, I would really like a bonus for these. I want these Hydras to be better. Unless some other things are in the works. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some items that'll be like Hydra now shoots fireballs. Maybe there'll be something like that. Like a unique item. Hydra now shoots fireballs. You know, that'd be fucking awesome. So we'll see how it goes. But let me know what you guys think about these changes so far. Alright? I think they're all pretty good. You know, I'm pretty happy with what I read. I feel like some of them are very underwhelming. But, like, you gotta let the droids summon all the fucking minions. You gotta, you know, buff the golem damage. Maybe let's have a couple golems out. I don't know. Things of that sort. The mage is still... I feel like they're still going to be underwhelming, but... With Corpse Explosion in Classic how it is, maybe they have to keep it like this, which maybe I could be okay with. It is kind of fun having a godly as fuck Corpse Explosion. So do we want them to screw that over? Probably not. Because you can go to the mods where Corpse Explosion is weak, and it feels like ass. You can build around it and maybe make it decent with all your frickin' skill points invested, but beyond that, it just kind of performs like ass. So maybe we don't want to argue more powerful minions for the Necromancer, because something's got to give, right, dog? So maybe this is the healthy blend. You know, buff a little bit here, a little bit there. Mages can survive a little bit more. The Golem has a really cool holy fire. But maybe leave it there, kind of, to where then your Corpse Explosion is still godly as fuck and just wipes out the entire screen. It's very rewarding. I just love the feeling. It's a gratifying thing, just popping all that shit. And just spreading it through the whole fucking screen. Having a 20-yard radius. Hell yeah. But let me know what you guys think about these changes so far. I'm going to make another video. I'm not going to look at the mercenaries yet. I know they got some set things going on here. So, more videos to come on this stuff. Appreciate y'all for supporting the Ice Dog. Links in the description below. If you would like to become a patron, tippy tippy in a tippy jar, buy a coffee, turn me into a big fat dick, if I can, yeah. And another thing, Discord. Follow me on Discord. It's been really convenient being able to communicate on there. So it's a great platform. Dane and Liff run it right now. They're the moderators, so appreciate you guys for moderating that shit. Peace be with you.